Happy full moon in Cancer, everyone. We are still, of course, in Capricorn season, so there's an interesting push and pull to this full moon. So we know Cancer loves to be comfortable, it loves to be cozy, it loves to be at home. Meanwhile, Capricorn, which is Saturnian ruled, which is restrictions, rules, boundaries, things like that, there's this push and pull between what is satisfying to ourselves personally and what we are responsible for on the outside. Now, we all know that full moons are a great time for release of behaviors that we no longer love or that no longer serve us, various thought patterns, things that we just simply don't want. It's a great time to even be cleaning out things that no longer feel like they personally fulfill you. And so, with that in mind, this full moon is all about personal fulfillment. And so keep in mind that Cancer rules the chest, the stomach, your mucosa. So if you're feeling a little bit more congested or something's just not sitting right, that could be some full moon and Cancer things. But keep that in mind as well and apply that same logic to things in your life. So if something's not sticking or it's sticking too much or it's a little too sticky, it's probably a full moon and Cancer lesson. So, per usual, I will be putting up a photo for Full Moon Oracle, and we'll get to it and walk through it step by step. Okay, so we've got our full moon spread. I'm actually working with some animal cards, which is a little bit different than what I'm used to. So just choose card 1, 2, or 3. Just choose whatever crystal speaks to you the most, and we'll go through it. So if you chose the first pile, we have the golden egg card. So remember, we talked about personal fulfillment, what to release if we aren't feeling personally fulfilled. Now, this is a beautiful card because this talks about deep meditation, or if you're not into meditating, take some deep quiet time for yourself. It seems like you're probably really, really busy right now during this full moon. Okay. And what you're going to need to do is really sit with your heart space, because this is associated with the heart chakra with the 4th chakra. This is really kind of trying to understand what is not personally fulfilling with our heart. And one way to kind of practice this exercise as we kind of move through this full moon is to really think about when a decision is made, or when we make a decision, do we feel a pressure in our chest? Is it a good pressure? Is it a bad pressure? What is the temperature associated with that pressure? Doing a little bit of that embodiment work should really help to move through those kind of decisions. But the best thing for you to do right now is stop working or stop worrying, and maybe worry is the big thing right now, and carve out time to meditate or just to sit in silence. Okay, if you chose this pile, we've got the buffalo. This is an absolutely beautiful card. So with these animal cards, it usually gives some sort of like insight into how they are in nature and how to better understand them. So we think about the buffalo, and it's very grounded and also incredibly spiritual if we think about all the various cultures that really respect buffalo. The thing with the buffalo you have to remember is that it's always trusting. There is a almost elusive nature to it, but it's purely present. And with this kind of energy, when it's out of balance, it can be a little restless and it can lack gratitude. Now, I'm not saying that that's you specifically, but if you find in certain situations that are coming up right now with this full moon that you're just kind of like, man, why isn't this happening now? Why am I not doing this, this, and this? Or why do I not have this, this, and this? Bring back your energy, focus in on you, focus on what you do have, focus on what's happening, because that's what's going to help you to sort of release those kind of toxic behavioral thought patterns, because it's so quick and easy to be like, well, I wish I had more of this. You have everything right in front of you. And if we remember with the buffalo, there were particular cultures, Native American cultures, indigenous cultures, that used every single piece of the buffalo because of how abundant it was and how much energy it gave and how much warmth and food it gave. So keep that in mind, okay? I would kind of think about those things and what you already have going on. All right, if you chose this third pile, we've got, what do we have? Okay, we have the beautiful butterfly. This is beautiful. So we know that in nature, butterflies are all about transformation. They're all about kind of going through this like cocoon goo phase. But as well, when we think about things that we need to release or what could be out of balance, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to get a daily routine going. okay? I don't know if this is for you or not for you, but you need to get a daily routine going. If you already have one, I would review it during this full moon and make sure it's actually fulfilling. Make sure that it's really nourishing your soul and not just like nourishing your body or just nourishing your mind. Make sure it's nourishing everything, right? If you're one of those people who've maybe started a new gym routine or even a new diet, like check in with yourself about it. Like, do you really like it? And if you don't, what are ways, but you know it's maybe good for you, what are ways that you can make it more nourishing, more fulfilling, okay? So get that daily routine going. If you already have one, check in with yourself about it. Be patient with yourself. Let go of the frustration or, the restlessness that you might feel associated with that, okay? Because it'll eventually come through. Don't worry. Okay, that's all I got. Thanks, guys.